Every second, a billion fragments of human imagination flash across the world's screens. 15-second dances, quick sketches, one-liners, tutorials, emotions compressed into pixels. From villages in India to high-rises in New York, millions wake up not to create for art's sake, but for the algorithm's pulse. TikTok isn't just an app anymore. It's the largest creative laboratory in human history, a global consciousness where art and data evolve together. Its rhythm has rewritten how we move, how we joke, how we dream. It has made creativity instant, effortless, and measurable. Every view, every swipe, every heartbeat is data. Every sound trend becomes a cultural signal. And behind it all, an invisible intelligence decides what deserves attention and what vanishes in the noise. This isn't the story of social media. It's the story of how humanity's creativity became symbiotic with machines. Once, creativity was slow. An artist could spend months painting a canvas, a filmmaker years composing a scene. But TikTok changed that forever. It democratized creation. It stripped away the barriers that once defined who could make and who could be seen. You didn't need film school. You didn't need permission. You needed a phone and 15 seconds of courage. In that tiny space, the world began reinventing itself. A teenager in Jakarta can choreograph a dance that becomes a global movement. A teacher in Lagos explains black holes using kitchen utensils. A grandmother in Tokyo tells stories that reach a million strangers. Creativity stopped belonging to institutions. It belonged to everyone. For centuries, art was shaped by scarcity, limited canvases, expensive tools, selective audiences. Now, creation is infinite, and so is competition. Every scroll reveals a new performer, a new format, a new trend. TikTok became the engine of attention, spinning faster than any medium before it. But that speed came with a cost. Because when creation becomes frictionless, what we create starts to change. We begin to adapt not to express, but to survive in an environment of constant competition. Behind every viral moment is a silent collaborator, the algorithm. It studies your swipes, your pauses, your replays. It knows what you like before you know it yourself. It learns, adapts, and evolves a form of machine intelligence designed not to inspire, but to retain. And yet, this invisible partner has become the most influential editor in the world. It decides what stories reach billions, and which vanish unseen. It doesn't understand beauty or truth. It understands probability. The probability that a sound will repeat, that a face will hold your attention, that a rhythm will stay just long enough for you to swipe again. The algorithm doesn't think like us, but we're starting to think like it. Creators learn to time their punchlines within the first 3 seconds. They design their thumbnails for algorithmic curiosity, not human intrigue. They mimic what works, repeat what trends, and measure success in loops per second. This is not mindless. It's evolution. In the same way birds learn to sing to attract mates, humans are learning to perform for machines. We create patterns the algorithm recognizes, and it rewards us with visibility, dopamine, fame, validation. Our creativity is no longer an act of rebellion. It's a negotiation with code. And this code has become our new creative law. Before TikTok, creativity spread slowly through books, galleries, TV screens. Now, a single idea can cross oceans in hours. A lip sync in Brazil becomes a challenge in Germany. A joke in Mandarin turns into a remix in Arabic. A single sound becomes the soundtrack of the planet. TikTok doesn't just reflect culture, it manufactures it. Every sound, every dance, every filter acts as a template, a DNA strand of digital art waiting to mutate. It's a biological system, self-replicating, self-sustaining. Each new creator builds upon the previous, remixing reality faster than thought. And like any biological system, it selects for survival. Trends that perform well are replicated. Trends that fail are forgotten. Over time, the platform itself evolves toward one purpose: efficiency. But efficiency is not always the friend of originality. When every creator is optimizing for retention, creativity becomes predictable. We begin to live in an echo chamber of ideas beautiful, endless, but familiar. The same emotions, the same rhythms, the same faces. An infinite loop of human expression refined by algorithms until it becomes perfectly average. TikTok is more than a platform. It's a neural network not of machines, but of humans. Billions of minds contributing micro-thoughts into a single pulsating feed. It's as if the world has built its own brain, one that never sleeps, never stops learning, and never forgets. Every view strengthens a connection. Every share spreads a signal. Every trend becomes a neuron firing in this planetary consciousness. And like a real brain, it's becoming self-aware. TikTok predicts what will trend weeks in advance. It can sense emotional shifts, cultural moods, and collective desires. In a sense, it feels us. We feed it data. It feeds us dreams. And somewhere in that feedback loop, creativity becomes symbiotic. We no longer just use the algorithm, we co-create with it. It whispers what the audience wants, and we respond with instinctive precision. Together, we generate a new kind of intelligence: creative, adaptive, and endlessly iterative. This is humanity's first true collaboration with a non-human muse. TikTok has done the impossible. It has made everyone an artist. But it has also made art an algorithm. It has empowered billions to create and conditioned them to perform. It has amplified voices once ignored and homogenized them into patterns that fit within the feed. It celebrates individuality yet thrives on imitation. It rewards authenticity yet monetizes conformity. It's a paradox as old as technology itself. Every invention that frees us eventually reshapes us. The printing press democratized knowledge but standardized thought. The camera democratized memory but filtered perception. TikTok democratized creativity, and in doing so, it standardized imagination. We are not losing creativity. We're evolving it into something algorithmic, collective, and data-driven. And perhaps that's the next phase of art. Not self-expression, but systemic expression. Creativity as a function of networks, not individuals. The screen fades. The next video begins. The loop continues. Somewhere, a new creator presses record, unaware that they are both artist and algorithm, both dreamer and data point. What they make will be born into the feed, judged in milliseconds, and carried across the globe before they can blink. It's easy to dismiss it all as noise, but inside that noise lives something extraordinary. The story of how humanity adapted to infinity. Because creativity has never been about permanence, it's about connection. And today, connection is faster, louder, and smarter than ever before. We've built an engine that mirrors the human mind, and it's teaching us what we've always been capable of: infinite reinvention. The age of the algorithm isn't the end of creativity. It's the next chapter written not in ink, but in data. And it's still being written every second by us.